Right, welcome. This is part two of the topic addiction, and today I will be talking about how to avoid an addiction. No one ever starts out thinking, um, I can't wait to become an addict. Most people just do it because they have a deeper need that is not being met. If you have spoken with a lot of people who have been into addictions, and people who have recovered, or those who are even in it, they always tell you they never started out thinking that I want to become an addict. That wasn't their aim. But as a result of indulging in those different substances or behaviors or inclinations, they became addicted. So, too often, we focus on symptoms of drug abuse instead of getting to the root of the problem. So, in order for us to tackle addiction, we must strike at the root. And studies have shown that the root of addiction is usually one of six things. One is that people feel insecure and desperately want to belong. If you have talked to most young people, it's because they want to belong to a group. There's a clique of friends that they have who probably are doing these things, and they decided, we want to belong, we want to feel among. And that's the reason why they indulge in these things. So that's one of the root causes, that they feel insecure and they want to belong. It could be to a social group, it could be to, a group of friends, a community of friends, and they feel that if they're not doing certain things, they can't belong to that social group. Number two is that their friends are doing it and they feel pressured to join them. These are some of the root causes. Number three is that people are trying to hide pain from their past. It could be either people were not able to deal with the death of a loved one, a family member. It could be a divorce. It could be an abuse that happened during their much younger age. So people who were abused and they couldn't speak out, they didn't have anybody to talk to get the needed help that they needed at the point in time. They gravitate towards relying on substance to numb the pain of that abuse or the memory of that abuse. Four is that people feel confined and want to rebel. Most times, young people who do these things because they feel that they are being caged or they are being restricted, and they want to have the freedom to do what they want. So they rebel, and in that rebellion, they go into use of substances just to show that we are grown, all we can make our own decision. We don't want anybody to tell us what to do. Number five is that people want to escape from their current problems. I recently was talking to a friend, and the person was telling me, I'm getting high and all that. And I was like, what's the reason? And the person was like, because I want to forget my problems and all that. I was like, but how does it help? By the time the high clears, will your problems have gone away, or will they have become resolved? The person said no, but at least for now they'll forget their problem. I was like, but that's not a solution. Why not channel that energy into finding a solution out of the problems that you are trying to numb yourself from feeling them or wanting them to disappear through the high? So you can see people want to escape their current problems. That's why they go into what? Into trying substances, into getting high, and then they get hooked. Number six, many other people just are bored and curious. So young people who have gone into addiction, some of them have been out of boredom and out of curiosity. And before they knew it, they were hooked. So how do you avoid an addiction? Studies over the years have shown that a lot of engagement in certain activities can help one to avoid being addicted to a substance. One of the ways you can avoid an addiction is through exercise. So working out releases endorphins, which are the body's natural painkillers. and positive mood hackers. So when you work out, your system releases endorphins, and these things have been known to be natural painkillers, and also it increases or improves your mood. So have you heard of runner's high? That euphoric feeling you get while running. So truly nothing can clear your head like a good workout. So instead of getting high, instead of trying to look for a substance that you get hooked on and it becomes a problem in the wrong long for you, why not just get involved in exercise? Find a gym and be working out, or find a sports complex and engage in certain activities that will help your body to work out. So sports, competing in sports is healthy. It is something that can consume you and become addictive, and this is good. It helps you to meet new people and keep you occupied, so you won't have time to engage in drugs. If you use your evenings to go on to a sport complex, you are able to engage yourself in sport activities. Before you know it, you know you are building and improving your health. You are meeting new people. You are socializing. You are occupying your time, so you won't have room for boredom or wanting to be curious about trying or experimenting with drugs. Then fourthly, you can try music. Music, they say, is therapeutic to the soul. So sometimes there are music that you can sit and listen to, and before you know it, it helps you to begin to feel some form of inner joy because of the lyrics of those music. You select those music that will be able to make you to have this excitement or increase your energy level. It speaks to the core of your soul. So music is good for the soul. It's good medicine for the soul. So try music instead. These are one of the ways that you can avoid an addiction. Then service. Learn to serve. Lose yourself in service to others. It has been proven that when you lose yourself in service to others, it has always been the best way to forget your troubles. So instead of you trying to use high to forget your troubles, why not try serving other people? Volunteer. Join a volunteer team and volunteer for a cause. It could be in your community. Volunteer to be part of people who will maybe go around to ensure that the environment is clean. You can come together, put yourself together as a group, clean your environment, clean your drainages. So these are things that you can do. Serving people, it goes beyond you, and there's this joy that it brings when you begin to indulge yourself in serving others, or you engage yourself in serving others. You will forget your own troubles. You become others focused, and there is joy in serving others, in feeling that you are contributing to making society better. The next how to avoid addiction is hobbies. Engage in a hobby. Find something you love to do. You can get good at it, or it's something that you're already good at. It could be photography. It could be cooking. People, you can just be snapping pictures for fun. And there's a time where your hobby can become a business. Photography is big business now, so you can easily sell even your photographs. Just go around, take pictures of nature, of things in nature. It could be cooking. Involve or engage yourself in cooking for others. Let them eat, taste your food, give you positive feedbacks, and you will see that these things will help you stay off addictions. It could be swimming, it could be board games. So hobbies produce a natural high without the big crash afterward. So it gives you a high, and then you feel good. Do you understand? It won't put you to the place where you now become so addicted to a thing that it becomes detrimental to your health. It becomes something that you get hooked on and you can't do without. Then the next is to engage yourself in learning. Get turned on by learning. Read voraciously. Take a master class. Take a course online. pour your heart into learning. So once you engage in learning, your mind stays away from being idle and you wanting to engage in negative behaviors or in substance abuse. Then family, try to be around family. No one cares more about you than your family. When you're hurting, cast your burdens upon them instead of looking for another outlet. Instead of finding an outlet of either drugs or substance, why not try to engage in what? And talk to a family member, someone you can trust in your family. Talk to them, speak with them. And before you know it, you'll be in a better place instead of just falling into the trap of what? Of addiction. Then another way is faith. Religion or belief in a God can give meaning and purpose to your life and offer you standards to live by. So whatever you choose to believe in, hold on to that faith. There are good tenets in your faith. There are things that can streamline, help you to live better on a path. There are standards that you'll see and you'll be taught to uphold. This helps you to avoid addiction. Then friends, have good friends that you can lean on in times of trouble. People you can talk to or through your problems with them instead of the drugs. Engage your friends and tell them this is what you are going through. Friends who can give you good advice, not friends who will take you to get high. Then the other way is journal writing. Get a journal, get a diary, whatever you call it. Get a book that you can what? Begin to write in it, journal in it. Your journal can become your best friend. It can become your place of solace in case you don't have anybody that you can talk to. It can be a place where you can let out all your emotions and not be judged. Nobody will judge you when you begin to write in a journal. Nobody will judge you. It's where you can write all your emotions, how you feel, what is going through your mind. It is personal to you. You let it out on paper and you look at it. It could be your place of where you can go and have a discussion one-on-one. It's like talking to God that you can't see. So try journaling. It's another way to avoid addiction so that you don't get to a place where you want to rely on substances. So at some point in your life, you may feel immense pressure to drink, to smoke, or to do drugs. Perhaps you are already having this pressure. And perhaps you have given in one time or two and you wish you were stronger. I want to suggest 3 things you need to know and 5 no's that you can say at every point in time when such pressure comes for you to engage in any substance abuse. Now the 3 things that you need to know. One is that know the facts. You need to know the facts. Some decisions can be made based just on facts. Smoking wreaks havoc on your body and is terribly addictive. There is a lot of research. You can Google it. If you go to the internet, you will see a lot of effects. So don't allow yourself to be deceived. Know all the facts. Try to read up on these things. Alcohol makes you do stupid things. It has its effect. Research has it of the effects of alcohol on your family life, on your person, on your personality, on your health. There is research to, support and show you the effects and the dangers of drug abuse. Drugs kill brain cells. They alter your brain cells. I've said this in the part 1. So addictive substances hurt everyone around you. It's not just about you. Remember the 3 brutal realities I mentioned in part 1. That it is not just about you. So number 2 thing that you need to know is that know yourself. You need to know yourself for you to have the strength to say no. You need to have something more important to say yes to. When you are faced with a tough decision, ask yourself, does this fit with who I am and who I want to be? Ask yourself that question. Does this fit with who I am or who I want to be? That when you become or you come to a place where you are being pressured to engage in these things, why not tell yourself, this thing, ask yourself first, is this thing fit for me, for who I am, for who I want to be in life, in my future, my tomorrow? Then the third and final thing that you need to know is that know the situation. Don't flirt with danger. Don't put yourself in a situation where you may not be strong enough to resist. Don't say you are strong enough. No. Please, it is better you flee, you run away from danger than putting yourself in danger. Then the 5 no's. 5 ways you can say no and not apologize for it. This will help you to what? To avoid addiction. Be direct, number 1. If you have enough self-confidence, just tell the people who are pressuring you, or your friends, or whoever it is that is trying to get you involved in these things, just tell them straight up and don't apologize for it. It is not the path that you want to go through. It is not where your life trajectory is going or heading. So therefore you cannot be part of this, and that is enough. You don't need to explain or apologize for it. 2, use humor. Sometimes using a touch of humor can do the trick. Let's say, for example, somebody say, hey, try some of this, it's really good. And you can respond by, nah, no thanks, I like my brain cells. It's humor, but the person gets the message. Thirdly, blame it on your parents or an authority figure in your life. You can always tell them that if you get into this situation, your parents are going to kill you, or your mentor is just going to deal with you, or your religious leader is going to be mad at you. You can't do this. So blame it on them. It's a way of escape. Then number 4 is suggest an alternative to that. When your peers are pressuring you to get involved in drugs, instead of getting high, suggest to them, can we go play some games, some board game? Can we go play football? Can we try this hobby? Can we go and do an amusement park and just maybe ride a roller coaster or something? Or let's go to the movies to take away the boredom so that we don't engage in this. Suggest it. You can be the leader. Don't allow others to always lead you. You can take up the challenge and lead where people are not taking leadership among your peers, among your peer group. Then number 5 is get up and go. If you are ever in a situation that just doesn't feel right, trust your instincts and run away fast. Don't worry about what they might think. That's the easiest way you can avoid an addiction. Just get up and go. Leave the environment, leave that particular vicinity that tends to want to pull you into an addiction. Don't stay there and tell yourself that you are strong, you can overcome this. No. It is better you run away from it. So in my final and concluding thought on this, so many addicts have said, if only I would have said no the first time, my life will be so different today. So be strong that first time. Don't tell yourself one time isn't going to hurt me. That's what all addicts said in the beginning. So I leave you with this. Never do once what you don't want to do all the time. And I trust that you'll be able to make the best decision for your life to avoid every form of addiction, so that you can be a plus to society, to your family. You can add value to the earth, because the earth needs you. We need what is on the inside of you to find expression, and don't allow addiction to win over you. Thank you very much. See you next time on our popular series.